This is one of my favorite cards in this particular deck. We all know it. I know it. Unexplained chaos that is out of your control. Before we get started today, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is a difficult and dark time in the world for many of us right now. And I am coming into all of these readings with that understanding and awareness. And nothing that is shared here is intended to mitigate whatever else might be going on in your life at the moment. I see tarot as a way to empower oneself to be able to see things more clearly and know exactly where to take action when maybe the next best step isn't so clear. So with that, we will get into our readings for this month. Thank you. Aries, welcome to your April reading. It's also valid at whatever point in time you find it.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
Let us see what we have for you here at the north. Again, this is your finances, career, homestead, things like that. Oh my goodness, Aries, this is one of my favorite cards in this particular deck. We have the Six of Wands, and this card to me means a lot of different things. It means community, it means coming together, it means being in spiritual community. So people that you're like really feeling spiritually connected to, as opposed to just people that you might work with or people that you might live with that you don't have a friendship with those people necessarily, even if you are spending quite a bit of time with them. And so this card is just so special because this is really like invigorating what that sense of community really is. That is people coming together so that they can create something that is bigger than themselves, that is beneficial to something more than just themselves. This card is an extremely positive omen, and it's if you haven't already found community, this is your invitation to do that, and make it a priority as part of your foundation, because those are the people that are going to come to your aid whenever you are in need of housing, finances, a job. Those are the people that are truly in your community and truly are part of your community are the ones that are going to make that really happen for you. So this is an incredible opportunity. Aries, I'm so excited for you right now this month. Let's see what your action item is around that theme. And we have the World. Aries, it does not get much better than this. I said it was a positive omen. This is what's happening. You are coming to cycles of completion. You're coming to cycles of you're ending cycles, you're ending patterns, and maybe that means that you're moving from one place to another, or you're starting a really new big grand adventure, a new job, or a job prospect or something. In terms of your community, they are the ones, like I said, that are going to come to your aid at this time. So really lean into the ending, but not in the way of it being sadness and grief. This is leaning into appreciation and acknowledgement of all that you've accomplished, because this is huge. This is a huge life milestone that is coming up here for you, Aries. I can't even believe it. I love that these two cards came out together. And it's an indication that there is something big, even bigger, waiting for you. You are about to embark on a new journey. You will be starting over cycles and new things, but right now the focus is recognizing and acknowledging everything that you've already accomplished. It could be that you are like just about to get a new job, or just about to make the move, or like you are in the process of doing that. And community, and maybe it's finding new community in that new place, in that new job, new location, anything. Okay, so this is a huge opportunity for you, Aries. I am so excited, so excited. Let's see what we have over for you at the east. This is things of the mind, your thoughts, your focus, your dreams. Another 6. So we just had our 6 of Wands. We now have our 6 of Pentacles. And this card is thinking about how you show up in reciprocity, and how others give back to you, and how you give back to others. So if you feel that there's an imbalance, either you are always receiving from others and not giving enough, or you're always giving too much and not receiving enough, this is where that community aspect comes in. So you can think about how what are the ways that you can show up in community. What are your unique talents that aren't necessarily true for every person on the planet or every person in your community? What are the unique ways that you can give back to them? And this is something to be thinking about. And it could be monetary, but it could also be skills. So let's say you have you might be an attorney and you're able to offer pro bono services. That could be something that we're talking about here. Another example could be if you are an engineer and the community is in need of building a physical structure, and you have that knowledge and that skill set, that you can help them plan through that structure, whatever that physical structure is. Let's see what your action item is here. With these thoughts, thinking about this reciprocity. 9 of Swords. Okay, Aries, I'm gonna need you to believe in yourself more and not doubt yourself. We are not being anxious. We are not feeling like we're not enough, because each one of you, like I said, has something to bring to the table. Each one of you has skills, talents, etc., other resources that you can bring to the table, and it is enough. And you have to believe in yourself that you are giving enough in the moment. And reciprocity doesn't look like a one-for-one trade in the moment. That's not what it looks like. It can, but usually that's not what we're talking about. When we're talking about reciprocity, we're talking about over an extended period of time, during the full duration of the relationship. So if you're truly in community with these people, it's not that you're not just in community for 2 weeks and then you're done. It's this, we're talking about years. So it's a give and take. So right now you might not be able to give as much as you would like, but trust that if you continue on in this community and you continue being an active member of this community, that the time will come when you are able to give more later on, or vice versa. Maybe you're concerned that your community can't give back to you as much as you can give to them. And this is just a time to set aside on a little shelf those anxieties and worries about community participation and reciprocity and whatnot, and just see what is, and see, and maybe you're concerned about giving too much and not receiving enough in return. Just go in with an open mind. Just see what is there. There's no reason to really be anxious about that, because we have this amazing omen that popped out at the beginning of our read. Okay, Let's see what we have for you at the South. This is your connection to the divine spirit, your personal belief system, your spirituality, things like that. And we're starting it out with the Page of Cups. So this is communication that's coming from a place of emotion and passion and feeling. And so how are you communicating with others within your community, but also how are you serving as a liaison or an intermediary between one group and another? This can be part of your community. It doesn't have to be that particular community that we've been referencing. It can just be two different groups of people at work, for example, or in your neighborhood. Maybe you are on the board of your HOA and you're trying to figure out communicate, and you feel passionate about that work, and serving as that leader in terms of people's housing, and that can be a really influential role. But this card is asking us to look at how we are relaying messages from point A to point B, and how we are really being mindful about our words in the way of emotion. Like, how can you invite more inspired communication and have it come from a real place from within? And how can you use that communication to serve the greater good and the greater purpose? So what is your purpose? Let's even start there, Aries. What is your purpose, and how can you communicate that purpose out to the masses? That's the type of thing that we're looking at here. And what is your unique means of communicating that is special to you and isn't something so common that many other people would really utilize in their own communication styles? Perhaps you have a communication style that is very pictorial and you want to show images. Perhaps you have a communication style that is a more elevated vocabulary because maybe you have an English degree, you've taken the time to study the English language or your own or another language, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, who knows? So these are all things to be thinking about. Let's see what your action item is here. The Hierophant, spiritual leadership. Some of you, so we're talking about communication, some of you are being prompted to step into a leadership role where you have a position that is respected and well recognized for what it really is, truly at its core, in its ability to impact other people. So this could be a literal preacher of a church. It could be that, or it could be just it could be any type of spiritual leadership or something that you're passionate about. It could be a Facebook group, community that you've created that is something very near and dear, a cause very near and dear to your heart, and you're taking on more of a leadership role in that group, or it could be you create the group yourself. The original admin could be stepping down and now's your time to step in as the new admin. It could be any number of things. These are all examples. So just keep that in mind. But that is, if it's something you've been thinking about, or even if you've not been thinking about it, and an opportunity crosses your path, this is a good time to step into that work. And yeah, and you are a leader. You are a natural leader, Aries. Everyone around you knows it. We all know it. I know it. Let's see what we have for you over at the West. This is your connection to your emotions and feelings. We've got the Seven of Swords over here. So this is asking us to watch our words. I know we've been talking a little bit about words and communication and how that works, but this is really asking us to think before we speak, but not overthink. We're not overthinking to the point of anxiety here. This is acknowledging that even our thoughts have meaning, and our thoughts create some of the feelings that are within us, and vice versa. Sometimes our feelings also create thoughts. And this is a little bit of a warning to not let your thoughts or your feelings take themselves too far down a rabbit hole that we can't get out of it. So yes, we're being mindful of our words and our relationship of our thoughts to our feelings, but we're not letting that get out of control. You know, you can come at that with curiosity rather than judgment. For example, let's see what is your action item here. Interesting. The Tower. I was not expecting that to come out for you today, Aries, whenever we started out here with the world. So the Tower is unexplained chaos that is out of your control. So this is just the chaos of life that's happening all around you, things that we cannot control ourselves. So it seems that maybe things that you've been thinking about and feeling into have to do with world events, which is completely understandable. Same. And this is, whenever the Tower card appears, it's important to know that there's nothing you can do about that situation to change its course. We just have to roll with the tides. So part of what you're thinking and feeling around current world events, sometimes it's best to keep your thoughts and feelings to yourself, or be very selective about who it is that you're sharing, with whom you're sharing these thoughts and feelings, because not everyone can be trusted, not just with the information that you're presenting to them, but also with holding space for your feelings in the moment. So this is, I'm gonna bring this back to our community. And whenever you find yourself in community that is relatable and trustworthy, find the core people in that community with whom you can really be honest, and discuss any of these issues. It might also feel as though you're even unable to connect with your feelings because of all of the chaos that's happening around you. So the other homework assignment for you here, Aries, is to figure out what it is that you can do yourself, and how, in terms of reconnecting with your feelings. So that might look like starting, even just something simple like attending a yoga class, or maybe a spiritual event or something that can get you into a different sense of being where you can actually tap into your feelings. Okay, Aries, let's see what our one final card is to tie everything together this month. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. So this is action, moving full speed ahead without fear. This is knowing who is beside you in your own personal fight. So whether that is due to geopolitical issues or otherwise, or things just in your own personal life, Aries, this is knowing who your people are, and rallying the troops around you, so to speak, and getting everybody on board with a certain mission. And no matter what happens around you, you are still proceeding with your mission, Aries. So it doesn't matter if you thought somebody was your confidant and they turn out to be talking poorly about you behind your back, whatever the issue may be, you are still staying the course. You are still meeting your goals, setting new goals, and always progressing and proceeding on your own personal path. All right, Aries, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. Please be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for a fuller picture of your month ahead. Thank you. Bye.